Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a conversation for creatives, introverts, sapiosexuals, and all of the people entertained and who love us. I am Liz Flo, the podcast host, poet, writer, and overall Afro-Caribbean Latina creative. I know that is a mouthful, but welcome to the show. Hello everyone and welcome to Creatively Exposed. I am Liz Flo and I am here to discuss today about the NYC Poetry Festival. I went for the first time this past weekend and just checked out the vibe. It was pretty interesting to catch a ferry to Governor's Island and head to this festival. First things first, I pop up. Now, there were different, it was kind of a really relaxed vibe, picnicky, people sitting in the lawn. I've never been, so I didn't know what to expect. I did find a booth that immediately caught my eye, La Pluma y La Tinta. I happen to be an Afro-Latina. I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican, so from jump I was like, yo, let's check this one out. Checked their books. They have one about the struggles between having natural hair and how your mom feels about it, so that was really interesting. I did pick that up. Heard a couple of local poets, some very interesting, some more than others, but everybody has their different styles. You see some of the younger people talking about their struggles, their feelings, and there was like I guess hipster, gypsy-esque, I know that's not politically correct, crew doing their own thing. So I think the coolest thing is being able to see all these different people from different walks of life just enjoying expressing themselves. Sometimes it's like, is this poetry? But who am I to say what is and what isn't art, I think sometimes, many times we define art based on how we want to perceive art, but, everyone is on stage, everyone is able to use a mic and express themselves. Definitely want to go back there and see it next year, and hopefully by then, this book that has given me so much grief, well, not hopefully, it better be done, will be ready and I can have my own booth with a friend of mine. So yeah, that was that. And what I was thinking about throughout my travels is the why. Why do we write? Why do we create art? Why? What is it that moves you or us or myself to create? And that just is, there's so many levels, right? Some are for pure entertainment purposes. There was a poem about peanuts. And it's just a way of either escaping reality, which lately has not been very great with the government and all of what's going on. And the last 2 weeks, Puerto Rico, which is where I'm partly from, was protesting peacefully every single day. And I felt so many different emotions. First, from knowing the things that were encountered in the governor's chat, homophobic things, sexist things. But the worst is making fun of the nearly 5,000 deaths that were suffered during Hurricane Maria because aid would not arrive. All the money that was just taken to have no fruit, you know? No one knew where any of this stuff went. It just sat around and people died because of it. And to be in a protest myself, after how long, you know? To be so angry and hurt and adamant about injustice to the point that everyone was able to get together and it wasn't this overly structured one person, you know, directing or anything. It was everybody was fed up. And that to me reminded me, don't you ever believe that your word is not important. That rage is not an important tool if used correctly. That you don't need to ever be heard. It doesn't matter if it's just you expressing your distaste for something or how you feel, or even, you know, crying or laughing or joy. But if you feel rage, then usually it's valid. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking and hearing and seeing everything that happened throughout the states, throughout the world, and throughout Puerto Rico, with the result of the governor resigning. That is amazing. So my final thoughts on it is that every single person is powerful within themselves. You know, if you just woke up today and you made it through the day, that in itself is powerful. If you went out of your way to find joy, that is powerful. I think everything is not counted for because, like everything we do, some things need to feel grand to be important, to feel important. And it really just all starts with deciding to express ourselves in any which way. There were yoga protests, there was perreo protests, there was religious protests, there was, you know, banging the pots with sticks, pleneros, dancing in the street, perreo combativa, yelling, singing. So it just goes to show that just existing in a world where so, you know, few of the high percentages of people take advantage and create systems for us to fail as a people, especially marginalized communities, just being is powerful in itself. And so you always see memes like somebody needs your art, somebody needs your book. You know, sometimes that somebody is just you. And so I'm grateful to be a part of history and seeing what togetherness can create through different individuals coming together. And that hope it reaches somebody. I know I was so excited to see everything that happened, the joy, the pride, and to see what comes from it now. Like Bad Bunny had said, this is the generación yo no me dejo. We're no longer accepting what is given to us as scraps. And not only like big corporations or government, but like I take it within myself. Like, will I continue to accept scraps in relationships, in self, in my ability to express myself and put myself out there? Like, it's kind of like the big culmination of when you see that meme on Instagram that's like your dreams and God saying nah, bigger. And that's God, universe, you know, whoever, whatever you believe in. Thank you for listening in to Creatively Exposed. Until next time, take care. Thank you for listening, everyone. Adios, nos vemos. See you later. Napalepita. This was another episode of Creatively Exposed, and you can find me on all of the interwebs as Liz Flo, LYSZFLO, and on Instagram, Creatively Exposed without the E. Sign up, show up, hit me up. There's also voice memos that you can send. Rate, review, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.